bike to buy? Just one sec, actually. In all seriousness, this is actually a really difficult question to answer. Not because it's actually hard to find a great bike, but actually because the best bike depends entirely on you, the rider. So perhaps instead of asking what the best bike is, we should ask instead, how do you buy the best bike for you? Now, the first point in buying your best bike is to actually make sure that it's suitable for what you want. Now, we're going to concentrate on drop handlebars here. If you want to go off-road, then we think that you should buy a mountain bike. Now, cyclocross bikes or gravel bikes like this are amazingly versatile, and they are great fun off-road as long as it's smooth. For any genuine adrenaline-fueled off-roading though, the fatter tyres of a mountain bike just make it more fun. So you have more control, they're less susceptible to bumps and rocks and roots, so you go ride in more comfort, you ride faster, and you're also less likely to get a puncture. So what about these gravel or cyclocross bikes then? Well, they're like road bikes basically, although they are a little bit slower. We tested it out recently and found that this bike is 2 kilometers per hour slower on a ride than that bike. Now that may or may not matter to you, but it is a fact. So if you want to race on the road, then you're going to need to buy a road bike. For everything else though, this bike could be perfect. You could just embrace the larger tyres, go exploring, ride on crappy roads that you wouldn't normally touch with a barge pole on a bike like that. These also feel really robust, so you could happily ride to work on one every single day through the winter, and you stick a child seat on the back. It's a true workhorse. So then, given that not many of us actually do race, is there a point in buying a road bike? Oh yeah, there is definitely a point in buying a road bike. They're faster, which also means, don't forget, that actually you can ride further more easily as well, if that's your bag. They are more responsive, they're more lively, they climb better, they can descend better, they certainly corner brilliantly. It's a little bit like having a sports car, but for the price of a bike. And actually, as well, many road bikes are far more capable at riding gravel than you might think. The next most important point, or in fact joint first, we couldn't actually decide, is getting the correct fit. That is incredibly important in actually getting the best bike for you. Now, you don't need to invest in a professional bike fit. If you're buying from a reputable shop, they should be able to help you get the correct size. Now, most people, rightly, will concentrate on saddle height. That actually is very easily adjustable. And so what has more of an effect on what the actual right bike is the reach to the handlebars and also their height. So if you prefer a shorter, higher position, you're probably going to have to buy a bike that gives you that, so an endurance type road bike. However, if you prefer a longer, more stretched out position, you'll probably find an endurance bike quite uncomfortable. So actually you'll need to go for a more traditional, lightweight or aero bike. Lightweight used to be the be-all and end-all of bike buying. Lighter bikes are faster, or they were actually, until aerodynamic bikes came about, and technically they are now faster in just about all riding situations. But they're also expensive, so at lower price points, lightweight should still be one of your primary considerations. Lighter bikes, as I said, are faster, they're more responsive, and they're also more efficient. There are 4 options around there: steel, titanium, aluminium and carbon fibre. Each one can be built into an amazing bike, and each one will have its advocates. At lower budgets though, the weight of the frame set is probably going to be your primary concern. So cheaper steel is pretty heavy, but it does feel really robust and really solid. Aluminium is lighter, and then carbon fibre generally lighter still. However, while many riders try and make the jump to a carbon fibre frame as early as possible, I'm inclined to think that actually an aluminium frame bike for the same price is often a better bet. And a large part of that is because of the gears. More expensive gears tend to work better and more smoothly, up to about the €1,000, dollars, pounds mark for the bike. And after that, they just become lighter, with the exception, however, of electronic gears, which do work better. They do, I'm sorry. Now, the number of gears shouldn't be that much of an issue, only that fewer gears at the back tends to denote slightly poorer performance and slightly heavier weight. Wheels and tyres can make or break ride quality, so a good lightweight set can have a transformative effect on your bike. So when you are purchasing a new one, you should definitely pay attention to what is on it and potentially make some sacrifices elsewhere on the bike in order to get cracking set of wheels. What happens if the bike that you would like to buy comes with a saddle that you don't like, or toe clips and straps? You change them. That's what having a little bit of extra budget set aside to maybe buy a set of clipless pedals or buy a handlebar with a different shape that you prefer can make a really big difference to a bike. So try not to let just one or two component choices put you off what might otherwise be the best bike for you. Last but by no means least, it's the looks of your bike, the aesthetics of it. Now, I think perhaps this deserves to be even higher up our list, even though perhaps it doesn't sound like the most rational way of choosing a bike. But hear me out. If you truly love the look of a bike, if it sets your heart racing every time you see it, then to my mind, that is a great bike. And you can probably forgive it any shortcomings if every time you set your eyes on it, you want to go for a bike ride. That's a great bike. Now make sure you let us know in the comment section down below what you think is the best bike for you, why, and in fact, what is it? Then also make sure you subscribe to GCN. To do that, just click on the globe. If you're after some more content that might help you decide what the best bike is, we've got a great video just over there, which is endurance bike versus aero bike versus lightweight bike, or on that whole cyclocross versus road thing. That one is just over there.